Hi, everyone, and welcome to Techyries. It was a busy, oh god, such a busy week for the gaming industry, and we're going to break down all of the highlights. You've seen us live many times throughout this week today, or sorry, the majority of this week. I know a lot of people were hopping in our chats like, what? Techyries on a Wednesday? On a
Techyries on
Thursday?
a Thursday?
On a
Techyries on a
Saturday?
Saturday?
Well, just
I
in
know.
case.
And internally, when you so Morgan always gives me a cue when she's like, "Okay, we're gonna take the open. Okay, I'm unmuting." It's so funny. So like yesterday when I was doing it, I was like, "She's not here to tell me unmute. She's not here to tell me anything."
Oh no.
Yeah. Morgan always gives me little cues as we're sitting here before we actually go live. Just want to say hi to Ramp, hi to Tubby, hi Soulstar, hey Element. How are you guys all doing today? Thank you
Hey,
guys so much for
Ellen.
tuning in to all of our shows this week,
Yes, thank
though.
you, thank you.
And Yeet, hello.
Techries in the morning, Techries in the evening. When Techries is on Twitch, you can have Techries anytime. Hey, and we're
That's
also
right.
on YouTube.
That's right. So you can have us literally anytime you feel like
Heck yeah.
it.
You can also wear our merch. Just saying.
That's right. I'm not wearing mine today. I went a little different today,
That's a,
but Morgan's sporting it.
it's never gonna be washed. I'm gonna wear it every day. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I would not do that. And hello, Yeetsy Gremlin. All right. Well, everybody, just in case you are new here and not the regulars we're currently seeing in chat, I am Morgan, and this is my lovely co-host KP.
Yes. And so this week we had, well, actually, last week we had the PC gaming show that took
We did.
place, like I said, last week. The women led game show happened on Wednesday. You guys saw us live then. The Game Awards happened on Thursday. We were live. And the Horror Game Awards on Saturday, which I flew solo, which you guys also got to experience.
Which,
Quite an experience.
real quick, if y'all
Yes,
didn't know, we were official co-streamers for all of those.
we were.
So awesome, great. I just want to say, pat on our backs. Not be humble for a moment that we're kicking ass, and I love it.
That's
Especially
right.
like y'all should have saw us. I wish we had like reaction cams of when you and I found out that we were official co-streamers, especially of the gaming awards. Or, like sorry, of the Game Award show. And oh my god. I wish we had a reaction cam because I had to quiet react because Dan was working from home that day and he was actively on a phone call and I'm like ah! I'm like quietly like screaming. Anyway.
My reaction was more like, and then, oh my God, oh my God. I do a lot of like text reactions, which is really funny. Um, whereas Morgan does more like actual like physical reactions. Unless
Yeah.
it's like something we're watching, then I do actually react. But when I'm reading something, it's more like I do a textual, like a text reaction, which is funny. Congratulations, well deserved. Thank you so much, Ramp. We are excited. We are we're hoping that next year will be the same. We will be brought in again, which will be a blast. So we have more to think about. And we know that there's going to be more coming down the pipeline with the people behind the game awards. They have some stuff already slated and ready to go for the beginning part of next year. So hopefully we can get our claws or paws or our robotic cat arms in on that one. So with that, a lot going on. So let's kick off our show with the Game Awards. As you know, it was the Oscars of video gaming.
All right, everyone. If you caught KP and I on Thursday, then you know we had a blast hanging out with you all during the Game Awards. Genuinely, it is one of our favorite live shows of the year. And this year was a little extra special because we were co streamers. But by no surprise, because we did our predictions, just saying, I won by two. Sorry,
I
KP.
know you won by
Just
two.
saying, just saying.
Rematch next year, it's fine. I understand. That's okay. We would not have won anything during the freaking horror game awards. I'm gonna tell you that right now, which we
Oh,
will talk
man.
about later.
Perfect. I can't wait. But by no surprise, everybody, as we all expected, it was a very big night for Claire Obscure Expedition 33. Now, there are people who are angry out there, and I get it. I get it. But let's talk about and what awards they actually won. They actually took home a total of 9 awards, including Game of the Year, Best Game Direction, Best Narrative, Best Art Direction, just to name a few. You can see the rest of the awards they won on screen.
Yeah, they did a great job. I mean, I get it. I get being angry. Like I understand, but at the same time, I mean, if you haven't played the game, I just started it. Go check it out. Like I as soon as I started playing it, I went, "Okay, I understand." Like I get it.
Yeah.
You know, and you kind of have to put yourself in that kind of situation like but don't get me wrong, I did want others to win, okay? There were some others that I wanted to win. So,
Yeah, yeah. Well, we did get a big surprise, that which was Hades 2 taking home Best Action Game, and No Man's Sky took home Best Ongoing Game. So yeah, there, besides the winners, and besides these few winners, there was so many other categories that people did take home that wasn't declare obscure. I wish we could have seen a little bit more love spread around because there's a couple titles I was like, I wish I got something, but it is what it is. It happens. But yeah, it was a
yeah,
good time.
yeah, it was a good time.
You know what the best part of the award show is for me though?
I would have to say, uh, definitely the game showcases.
Yes. So as we all know, like,
Not
you
that it's
know,
on the screen at all for me to see, you know?
you know, um so the biggest thing for like for us obviously with the game awards is holy cow do we get a world premiere first time being announced games so that are coming sometimes in 2026 maybe 2027 a few in 2028 so besides the winners there were a ton of games showcased throughout the award show we are not covering all of them right now but we are talking about a few that really really stood out to us and then we'll do some honorable mentions as well. Because we'll be
Yeah,
here literally all day if we talk about every single game they announced on that. I feel like there was more this year than
there
there
was.
was the previous years. Like, holy cow.
I think that's why they did those rapid fire, like, okay, here's
They
this one,
had
here's
to.
this winner, this
They had
winner, because
to.
yeah, there was no way. There was no way. It
Yeah.
was definitely a lot more, but I get it because there are a lot more changes coming down the pipeline with how people are being able to make their games. We have new engines
Mhm.
to use to make better games, you know, like all of this is going to create everybody to be like, well, now I got to use this. Let's go. Let's get our name out there. So, if you don't mind, Morgan, I'd like to kick off some of the ones that we've seen.
Please do, because I'm super excited about them.
Alrighty. So, question for you guys. Do you remember the 1999 Star Wars Episode 1 Pod Racers game? I know
I
I
do.
do.
I do.
Well, we're officially getting a reinvention of racing in the outer rim of the Star Wars galaxy. Star Wars Galaxy Racer is a runs-based racing game taking pace when the Empire is gone and the galaxy is rebuilding. This is when the Galaxy League is created. Do you have what it takes to win the race? Star Wars Galactic Racer, developed by Fuse Games, is planned to be released sometime in 2026. I'm actually, okay, so I was telling Morgan during the show, for those people who were not there, I'm actually very intrigued by this because this is something that my brother used to play pod racing. I kind of dabbled in it a little bit, but I wasn't like hardcore like he was. But I'm very intrigued by this, and I would love to play this because I do like the pod racers. Like I love the fact of like, you know, you can make them, you can adjust them, kind of like
Mhm.
make them and tweak them to be your own kind of situation. And so I'm actually generally like excited to try that one. Now I know the next one that Morgan's going to talk about is the one that you're also excited about
Yeah,
too.
I'm excited
This
about
one not so
I'm
much for
excited
me
about
though.
I'm excited about both of these. And the
I
big
know.
thing for Galactic Racer for is what's it, 'cause everybody's like, but it's not pod racing. Okay, calm down, Linda. Like, calm down. Karen, chill.
Well,
But
it is, but it
I, I,
isn't.
I need to remind everybody that pod racers took place during episode 1, The Phantom Menace. This
Mhm.
is taking back after the like this is taking place after the fall of the Empire, and hold on, no, when is it taking place? Oh yeah, it's after the fall of the Empire, and the galaxy is currently rebuilding. So if you think about it, though, like think about New Hope. Think about when we were on like Endor and everything. We saw the more like kind of like our motorcycle esque bikes. Like we have those as racers as well. And if you ever got into later, more recent um Star Wars animation, like Rebels, not Rebels. There's another one that comes after Rebels that I'm blanking on the name, that takes place during the Rey saga.
Mhm.
They do races with even ships and everything. Like there's just a larger syndicate for racing that they have kind of implemented a little bit, but isn't a heavy focus in the shows. But they are there, and I'm really
Mhm.
excited to see that we are getting a side of this that is amping it up. They did compare it to things like Need for Speed, which makes me super excited because, um, looking at it, we're not just on Tatooine anymore. Like we're seeing
Mhm.
different maps, so I love the idea that we're going to be racing across the entire galaxy, not just on Tatooine.
I mean, but that makes sense too if you think about it. Like when pod racers were there, it was mainly just for that area that you were at. I
Yeah,
mean, even
we
in the
got
movie.
pod racing in Phantom Menace, in the first
No, no,
in the
no, I know,
in
but
episode
I'm
one,
talking
and
about
that's
just the
go ahead.
1999 one.
Yeah,
Like it
no,
was
no,
supposed to be
exactly,
based on just that part of the movie, right?
correct, 100%.
Yeah. And so it makes sense that we would be able to now race across different types of planets. Like,
Absolutely.
it's
There's racing
it's
that
almost like
happens all
Mario
over.
Kart World, right? Like
Mhm.
we wanted Mario Kart World to be like, "Hey, can we race across different worlds?" Because that's what we
Right.
really wanted. Now we're getting it in Star Wars. And I think it's a great way to like kind of like bring it back, because it is something that we haven't
Absolutely.
gotten, like in years. And so this is a great way to bring that franchise of that type, or at least that type of
Mhm.
franchise back. And they could
There's
do so much with it and even add more things. Like if you think about it, your DLC could be like, oh, well, they just released another new Star Wars movie, and that Star Wars movie is taking place maybe somewhere else, like a totally new
Yep,
planet,
you
and they
could
can
easily
literally throw
have
that in the game as
there's
a DLC.
so much that can be done with Star Wars Galactic Racer, which is why I think I'm so excited for it. Knowing that we have not just pod racers anymore, that we have so many different type of vehicles that we're able to use in this game. That means the customization should be off the charts. Like
Oh
being
yeah.
able to like do all the color customization. Maybe you can get, okay, well, this specific bike or whatever has like a thin kind of design, but let's change out maybe what the front of your vehicle looks like. Like I think that would be a really really sick added feature that we can customize how they look. Just like a Need for Speed, I can change my color, I can change my tires, everything else. So
Yeah.
that on top of like the free, like there could be so much free added content, or paid, I guess, but I like free better. Um, but that includes like more um sorry, how do I it includes more locations as we get more worlds available to us. They could dive into
Right.
the legends and pull out other areas. You know, I think there's
Mhm.
a lot of fun nostalgia that we can do here, and I'm really really excited for this one as well as the next one I'm about to talk about. So,
Oh yeah. Yeah. I think this one's gonna be it's gonna be a hit. I mean, now
agreed.
that we know that's coming out sometime next year, I
I
mean,
think this
it
is
will
gonna
be.
hit better than Squadrons did.
Yes. But I was gonna say this one will now be up for next year's stuff. Depending
True.
on where it falls on the timeline of when it releases next year, but it can definitely be on the timeline to be up for next year's stuff. So
Yeah.
something for us to keep an eye on.
And yeah, I would be surprised if it doesn't take best racing from what I have currently seen.
But it depends
I'm a
on
little
where it
biased.
falls on the timeline of the
100%.
release date.
If it
Yes,
releases
yes.
within the timeline, because there is the cutoff, I think, is November
Mm,
of next year. So if it comes out after like November,
mm.
I think like it's like 11th or something like that.
Yeah,
So
yeah. But yeah,
anyway,
I mean, everything is up for grabs that we're talking about for next year, which is awesome. So these are things that we're going, especially if they're being released next year. So this is definitely something for us to like keep eyes on,
yeah,
and we'll see where it goes from there. And hopefully, I'm sure they'll do great. I'm sure the game will come out, it'll be great. I just hope we don't have like, a lot of issues where we're seeing is like, oh yeah, we released this game, but now it's got all these tiny little like issues with it and bugs and
Right.
stuff like that. So hopefully
Right.
we won't see that. But I digress. Let's move on to the next one because I know Morgan is excited about it and I could be here
Yes.
forever talking about the first one. So
Yeah, so guys, that is not the only Star Wars game that was announced at the Game Awards. So let me get this trailer playing for you and showing you it. There you go. All right. So we also got the world premiere announcement for Star Wars Fate of the Old Republic. So this is really exciting because it is a narrative driven action RPG where you become a Force user on a journey through the Star Wars galaxy that will lead to unforgettable experiences where every decision deepens your journey toward light and darkness. This game is in the very early stages of development at Arcanaut Studios and does not have a release date as of yet. People are rumoring a 2027, maybe 2028 release for this game. But I am very intrigued by this. Firstly, I think there needs to be more Old Republic representation in the Star Wars universe. It's a very exciting era of Star Wars, especially for the Jedi and like what forces are working. Um a lot of people did think it was Rey at first because so did KP.
I honestly said the same thing.
Yeah,
Because when you see her, okay, I'm not gonna lie, when you see her,
it's
she
the bun.
kinda looks like it could be her, you know? I mean, she does have the bun. She does have, like, especially when you see, like, the eyes, like,
Mhm.
I thought, "Oh, well, maybe it could be," you know?
What's really exciting about this for me though is it says specifically because there's not even a Steam page out for this yet. I had to
Yeah,
go and find their own web page about it on the studio's website, and they say specifically every decision deepens your journey toward light and darkness. And
that's
that
cool.
makes me really excited because it's I think aside obviously from like the Old Republic Online, um this is our really first deep Star Wars game where it is truly set in an RPG fashion. Like obviously we do have our games of Cal Kestis, which is Star Wars Fate of the Fallen Order and or sorry, the Fallen Order and Survivor. And those though have some RPG elements, it's not a like to a T in RPG. Where this is sounding like from the verbiage they used on their website, we're going to have a more role play mechanic where what we say will influence what happens in our story. And that has me so excited because I eat that shit up.
It seems like to me though, it's especially with the whole like what you choose determines your light versus your dark. It's very Mass Effect feeling in that sense because that's what Mass Effect did, right? It was like determining what you did turned into if you were a renegade or if you were on the other
Sure.
side.
And that's
It,
another
it,
thing is like
it's
we
fun.
don't get a chance to play as really dark for like the dark side. We don't get to play as a Sith ever. Um, so it does have an interesting thing where it looks like we're gonna probably have that battle between light and darkness, and I think it's going to
Mhm.
make for a deeper story, not only for your character but you yourself. You're the one making those decisions, so it could be kind of
Right.
enlightening and interesting.
I'm gonna guess though, if I had to put a guess on when this would release, I'm gonna guess 2027 with how good that trailer looked.
I agree. I'm thinking probably fall of 2027 is what I'm
Hmm.
thinking.
Yeah. If not like the last quarter 4, you know.
Okay, Ram thinks summer of 2027.
Oh,
No,
you're
no.
gonna go early. Okay. All right. I'm just thinking like if it has to be quarter 4 of 2027, just because there might be like fine tuning, that kind of stuff that they might be looking into. Like I think it looks great right now, but we don't know like how far they are into the
Mhm.
gameplay of it.
Yep.
Cinematic trailers are something of a completely different animal versus what we're seeing from
That's a
the
completely
actual
different
gameplay.
team working on
Yeah,
that versus the people doing the development of the game. So,
exactly.
but with that also said, it may also depend on when Galactic Racer comes out. If Galactic Racer comes out end of 2026, they're probably going to give that at least 2 quarters to live before they release this one. So,
Right, right.
We'll see.
Yeah, you're right because there's two different teams working on it,
And no
but
matter
they
what,
want
this
to
is
make sure
still all owned. These are all in workings with with the company, like with Lucasfilms, with
Mhm.
Disney. So they
Yeah,
have to even be able to work on such a large franchise. So,
right.
but I will stop here because if it's Star Wars related, I could literally talk all day. I have gone to dinners with good friends of mine who are also big Star Wars people, and the entire 2 hours is just theory talk about Star Wars. So for everybody else's sake, I will stop here and let KP talk about a really, really exciting announcement that happened.
I know, but this is something I could talk forever on too. So it's true.
I dive deep into the legend side of Star Wars too, though. You
No, that's good
want to talk
though.
about the Valley of
All
the
right.
Jedi? I am gonna stop.
This will be Morgan's at night stream on Tuckeries. She will have a deep discussion of all
Star Wars.
lore Star Wars. And then whoever wants to tune in can tune in.
I
All
have
right,
Rex's
moving
helmet. I can wear my Rex helmet the entire time.
on. Okay, let's talk moving on.
Moving on.
All right, we're gonna talk my favorite franchise, Diablo 4. So during the show, Diablo 4 kicked off their announcement strong with Mephisto taking center stage. And of course, I had to tell Morgan, not yet, when we were doing this. She was so funny. So, but that was just the beginning. After Mephisto's speech, a trailer played showing the most anticipated class that we have been waiting for, which you will see here in a few minutes, the Paladin. I
Ooh,
was super
ooh.
excited. It was all to announce the next DLC for the Diablo 4 story, but it wasn't just about the new storyline. We learned a lot more. The Paladin is now available to play if you pre-order, and there will be an additional class added to the game when Lord of Hatred releases on April 28th. Right now, Season of Divine Intervention is underway, but it won't be long before we see other new mechanics added to the game, such as fishing. That's right, fishing. I don't understand, but we're going to be fishing. The Herodric Cube is coming back, and they're going to be adding a talisman, which I thought was interesting. So we're going to learn more about that as we get closer to the launch. I have already started playing Paladin. I am playing a lovely Blessed Hammers build, which is very nostalgic to the D2 version of the Paladin, not to be confused with the D3 Crusader. So they did a good job so far. A little clunky at times when it comes to like dodge mechanics, but overall very fluid and moves just like the paladin should. She a happy one. She got the blessed of the hammers. Oh, I know. They always do. Their cinematics are freaking incredible. Yeah. Mhm. Yeah. You can't hear audio. Wait.
How I coughed and forgot to unmute myself because I try not.
Wait, but
They
oh.
can hear you. They can't hear me. Uh,
Oh,
they
okay,
can
there we
hear
go.
me now. Sorry, guys. I coughed and tried to make sure you guys don't hear my coughs. Um,
I hear the coughs.
yeah, she gets to hear them because it's just easier that way. They don't have a name in it. But yeah. All I was saying is the cinematics are gorgeous. Blizzard has always done a great job, but just across the board, there has been amazing cinematics during the just in general during the Game Awards for a lot of
Mhm.
stuff that was announced. But yeah, as I was saying, be prepared for the beckoning because April 28th, 2026 is the big content update, correct?
April 26th or 28th.
April 28th, 2026.
Yes.
Perfect.
I just said April 20th because we are literally
That is
2
fair.
weeks, 3 weeks away from the New Year, so it can't go
The new year
backwards.
is about to be birthed, y'all.
We can't go backwards.
Yet.
Yet. Yeah, so April
I do
20th.
want to confirm though, because they do
Yeah.
say you can play the paladin class now, And then you got on, you're
Mhm.
like, but wait, I can't. And now it's only the paladin. Am I correct? Is the paladin class only available through pre-order of the next content update?
Yes.
Okay, okay, cool.
But
That
the
sucks
pre-order was great
because
with
I want it
well
for free.
well, no, I understand, but if you buy, like, the super base game of it, right? Because I okay,
Hmm.
so, you know me, I'm a fanatic, I love
Yeah,
Diablo, so I'm gonna go
you're gonna put
apeshit
just like me in
crazy and
Destiny.
buy
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah, I'm
yeah.
gonna buy the most expensive part of it, right? Because I want all the goodies. But if you just buy the base, I'm talking just the game itself. But also, Morgan, you gotta remember, you're also gonna get Vessel of Hatred along with the Lord of Hatred. So you're gonna get both of them, which is a
Oh, that's
good
fair.
price.
That's fair. I did
The only
hear,
thing
I
that
did see people griping
yeah,
about that though. I
I
saw
did have a
people.
gripe about it. Did you wanna know my gripe?
I would love to hear your gripe.
My only gripe was I wish I got a discount because I already
Yep.
own the Vessel of Hatred,
That's what I
and I
saw
wish
that
that
all
was
over
part of it.
Twitter. I saw that all
Yeah.
over Twitter. Sorry, X.
No, it's fine. Twitter it is. Twitter it is. No, I agree with them. I think that's the one downfall. Like I've already have the first DLC. Tubby already has the first DLC, you know, like
It's definitely
so
how they set
why
it up in the shop though. Cuz like,
Mhm.
think like for example, Destiny will give you cuz like if you buy like this version, you'll get like older like DLCs that you may not have, but if you have that DLC already, it does discount it. And I feel like it's
Mhm.
because of how maybe they didn't modulate it properly, or I mean, it's probably proper in their head cuz yes, Blizzard is pretty darn greedy. But
They are.
with
But at least
that
with
being
WoW, like
said,
you're different with
I
WoW
wonder
though.
if they had kind of like separated out everything a little more, if they could have done those discounts for everybody, at least through Steam.
Yeah. Yeah, I well, but remember, well, they're a little different with WoW. With WoW, they like
That
if
is
you
true.
buy, then you get like everything that you don't have kind of thing. But yeah, the pre-purchase is weird with them. I'm actually opening it up right now to look at it again. So if you buy, where's the tiers for this? Here we go. If you buy just the standard edition, you will get the expansion, the second one that came out, Vessel of Hatred, which is an instant unlock, right? You get the instant unlock of the Paladin class, which is cool, which is really nice. Um,
Nice.
you will get one extra stash tab, which is great. You do get 2 additional character slots, which is also good because I have a tendency not to delete characters. I don't know why. I just have a tendency to leave them. And I do go eventually back and delete them. And then they give you like some World of Warcraft stuff because they always do like this nice little like
Kind of,
interchange between the
yeah.
two kind of thing. So I went with the more expensive one only because I wanted the Heaven's Guard Paladin cosmetic bundle. So I got like the really cool like feather outfit and
Hell
everything,
yeah.
and then I got the wings, and then I got a dragon pet, and I which is basically a dragon. And then I got the dragon mount, so I'm running around on a dragon, which is hilarious to me. And then and then I got my battle pass bundle, and then I got what else did I get? And then they gave me like all of the different trophy things. So I got the wings, I got the portal, I got the mount bundle that I got for the horse that I got, and then I got the armor that I got, the Umbral Knight's armor for all the other classes. And then I got 3,000 points in Palladium, which is like to spend in the store. But like all of that stuff, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna make another character. I'll probably go through and be like, what do I want to do, with it. I just wish that they were like, oh, you already have this unlocked, then we're going to at least give you like a discount on that, whatever it is, whether it's like $10, like $15, 10,
Hmm.
I could have taken $10, it would have been fine. I'm just happy that they at least unlocked that character
Right.
because when they did the Spiritborn, they were like, we're bringing a new class in and everything. And you had to wait until Vessel of Hatred was released in order to get that. At least this way, they were like, okay, we get it. You wanted this? Here, have it. Leave us alone. That's how it felt a little bit. It was like, take it. Leave me alone. Okay.
That's funny.
Thanks. Thanks, mom and dad. It is nice to see people running around as paladins, though. because it is something that is
It's nice and
nostalgic.
nostalgic, right?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
love that.
It's from 2. There I don't think, I don't recall it in 1. Re 1 had the Amazon. The Did they have the I don't remember. I know they had Sorcerer. Did they
I
have
started in Diablo 3 where I became a demon hunter main.
I don't even remember what the classes are in 1 because it's been a while since I played 1. They had Warrior, Rogue, and then Sorcerer.
No,
And then
I
when they
guess
did
actually I did play
play
a little bit of 2 because it
I'm
wasn't
doing 1,
2. I know, but didn't I play a little bit of 2 with you?
maybe.
I think like year or 2 ago. I think I ran
Maybe.
Sorcerer on that one though.
And then they added Hellfire and that released Monk, Barbarian, Bard.
Element. We have paladins at home.
So they never had a paladin in the first one. It
Okay.
wasn't until 2 that they released the paladin.
It's funny, like, there was a rumor, like, what, 5 months ago maybe, that the
Mhm.
paladin class was going to return due to, like, a source code, like, thing that they saw, and I think or whatever. I
Yeah.
can't remember exactly, but I can't remember the cause of why they had this rumor, but paladin was rumored before this to be returning, potentially, maybe.
Right.
So the
It was rumored, and then I checked in with one of my I checked the stream of one of the streamers I follow who's like
Mhm,
got like more of an in with Diablo, and
sure.
he was like, this is gonna be happening at some point. We just don't know when, kind of thing. And I'm like,
Gotcha.
okay, if you're saying the rumor is pretty much a solid yes, then I'm going to agree with what you have to say and I'm going to run with it. So yeah, I'm glad, like I said, I'm glad they added it. It's nice to see that wait, what is it I'm saying? 3 didn't have them either.
3
Paladin,
didn't
no,
have
they changed
paladin,
it
yeah.
over to Crusader. So this is what I was talking about with Morgan a little bit before the show started. They did this weird thing between 2 and 3 where they kind of took certain characters and like tweaked them and gave them new names. So for instance, the assassin from 2 became the demon hunter in 3. Very similar features,
My baby.
not what? Your
My
baby.
baby.
Yeah, very similar features, different types of class skills, right? The sorcerer in 2 became the wizard in 3. Same kind of concept, different elemental skills.
Right.
And so then you had the paladin becoming the crusader, which is what they called like, it was around it was supposed to be a melee class with combat style centered around shields and flails and spells, right? Well, still kind of similar, different kind of class skill sets in the way. So there were some like similarities that you felt, but they weren't like fully there. And now we're trying to get back to like 4 is more trying to pull in the stuff that they had from 2. Now, we do see similarities between Spiritborn and Three's Monk, very similar aspects, martial arts, that kind of stuff, with
Mhm.
some added twists to it where you have the spirits that are with you. So like the monkey or the gorilla, the who I call Harambe every time I play that one. Like Harambe's here because literally I'm like I have my
I love
Harambe.
it.
So the gorilla, the like the bird, it looks like a falcon, the centipede and the jaguar. So like those kind of things are what you're going to see. So you will always see like similarities here and there. It's just whatever they do to like tweak it. And then you have Immortals, and Immortals is just doing its own thing where we're getting like classes that are just, left and right all over the place. Things that I've never seen before, like Blood Knight, um, Tempest, So it just depends on what game you're playing. They just tweak it.
Gotcha.
But they all follow the same like storyline and they
Yeah,
all
yeah,
like
yeah.
fill in like within the big giant Diablo realm of lore, which Morgan loves lore. So maybe she'll read all the lore and then get back to me.
There's a really pretty book out there that I want.
From Diablo?
Yeah.
What is it?
Uh, hold on. I saw it on Amazon. Let me pull it up. Hold on, hold on.
I'm actually curious.
Hold on, hold on, hold
Is it the Book of Cain?
on. I don't know. Hold on.
No, it's okay. I'm just looking.
No,
We
you're
got the
good. You're
Book of
good.
Prava.
It is.
The Herodic Library. That's kind of
So
cool. There's a lot
so
of
this is
them.
actually there's a really cool like short story collection that I saw. The cover looks really pretty, and it's called Diablo Tales from the Horadic Library. And it's like a collection of short
Roderick.
stories. Whatever. I haven't played
It's
the game.
Roderick.
I'm sorry. Um
Yeah, I see
but
it. I see it.
yeah,
That's really cool.
I think it's so pretty. And I was
You
like,
know, it'd be
"Ooh,
really fun, like for me, like if I did this, is to collect all the tomes,
I want
right?
to do that for Destiny. They have books for Destiny and I like want to
I
collect
didn't know
them."
they had tomes. I just noticed this now. I'm like, they have the Book of Tyrael, there's the Book of
That's
Adria, they have the
sick.
Book of Cain, the Book of Prava.
Which one would
I
you
need to
want?
find all of them.
But what would if you had to choose your first one, which one
Oh,
would
and the
it
Book of
be?
Lorath. If I had to choose I would probably start with the Book of Cain, just because Deckard Cain is the first character that
Oh,
you
that's
actually
fair.
meet.
That's fair.
And it's nostalgic and way to put her on the spot, KP. Always. I always do that. She does it to me too. Morgan, which one would you want? Right. No, I think the Cain Book of Cain would be the first one. And then I would go to Tyrael, just because you meet Tyrael in 2 and he's kind of like the dude that you like are like in love with, like as a whole, like you love his character. Kitty, yes, exactly. And then I would do probably Adria, and then I would do probably Prava,
See,
and then Lorath are kind of like they're the newer ones, so I'm not like too concerned about them. But I do love their covers. Their covers are really
the
cool.
covers are really cool. See, they have, in Destiny how we used to be able to collect grimoire, which we still collect these
Mhm.
books. But they have books that like give you all of the tales and like the lore that you can physically
Yeah.
buy. And I want all of them and I would love to do like a kind of like a fireside like reading session and like where we just take time to read it. I have debated literally like reading like The Hobbit and like The Lord of the Rings to people and just doing a reading time where we
Yeah.
like me and chat, we vote on a book and I read it to everybody. So who knows? I thought that'd be really fun to do with the grimoire stuff. So who knows?
Ooh, they have a Sanctuary Tarot deck. That's kind of cool
All right. Well,
for
I
the
think we
other
need to
one.
move on. Otherwise, you're gonna stay in like me in Star Wars. You're gonna stay
I know.
here.
Don't worry though. They do have drinks, potions, and
Bedtime
elixirs,
stories.
cocktails, and provisions from Sanctuary. So, we can always get our drink on too.
Oh, nice, nice. Good option.
Morgan's bedtime stories. Oh, geez.
Honestly, bet. I've literally thrown this idea around for so long in my head, and I think this is the first time I've actually like spoke of it aloud to people. But it
Fair.
has been a thing. It might happen. I have officially made my return to streaming on my personal channel, so
Mhm.
could happen. But anyway. Before we get too sidetracked, we can talk later, guys.
There's a lot going on.
Yes, there's so much more. We've barely made it into our show so far. So with
We're already
that being
45 minutes in. We're not even done with the first block.
so
Hope you guys are in for a long ride.
so well
Yes, but go ahead.
when we were live on Thursday, some of you were laughing at me, which is fine because I had a hilarious reaction to this next game we're going to talk about.
Did you not hear my reaction to it?
Yeah,
My reaction was, Morgan,
I just strictly remember because I literally like pushed away and spun around in my chair, and I remember chat being like, "LOL, Morgan."
I just yelled at you. I was like, Morgan.
See, she does chat reactions where I do physical reactions.
Yeah, see?
She does the mouth that yells at you, and I'm over here spinning around in my chair. So, guys,
But anyway.
obviously, I was surprised. So was KP, because I honestly, I think this is one of
Yeah, no idea.
one of the biggest mind blowing announcements of the night. So,
Mhm.
holy cow! I cannot tell you how excited I am for this. But this was actually the announcement from Night Studios, the creator of The Forest and Sons of the Forest. They surprised us all with an unexpected announcement of Forest 3. There is no release date that has been announced, And there isn't a lot of information out there yet, not even a Steam page. But the trailer shows that we're no longer on Earth. We're definitely in the future. The technology is more advanced, and the mutants are even creepier. Like, I'm so intrigued. Obviously, like we have like this like arm grabby thing over us, as you can see in the trailer right now, guys. You're about to see the weird parasite thing, and it's just one of these things where it's like there. I'm curious of how these mechanics work since we do have like an additional piece to our equipment that we didn't have before. We're on a completely different planet, but there still looks to be like weird mutated creatures. They may not actually be mutations, that just might be what they're like. But I don't know. It's weird. And I'm very, very interested to see what this is going to entail. And this is probably one of the most mind-blowing announcements of the night.
I know I need you to now walk me through the rest of Sons of the Forest. Hey, guess what? I needed to finish the story of Sons of the Forest. The Forest
Perfect.
2.
Let's make it
Me
happen.
and Dan. So me and Dan and you. That's what I was thinking.
I know Rob wanted to get back into it too because I was talking to him about Forest 3. So we could do
No. Me, you, and Dan. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Just for story.
Gotcha.
We'll talk later. There's a reason.
Gotcha. I know that who knows? We'll see. We'll make it happen. Now,
I know we had the same kind of reaction, Ram. We at first were like, "What is this?" And then Morgan was like, "I think," and then she never said it, but
I
internally she's like, "I think this is
I
the
know.
forest."
I literally it was so funny because I'm sitting there like calculating. The wheels were turning, right? And like we're seeing all
Mhm,
these weird creatures and I'm like this gives me such forest vibes with like these weird creatures
mhm.
we're seeing right now. And then bam, Forest 3 pops up and I was like I literally didn't voice it, but I was feeling like this was forest related. So,
Right.
mind-blowing. I'm really excited for this one. I love the Forest franchise.
No, I really do too. I just I know things got a little wonky when we were trying to do the second one, so I just need to jump back in, see what the storyline is. I think the storylines are very intriguing. Like they're just so like you think you know what's going on, and then before you know it, it's like you don't know what's going on, and they flip you, and you're like, ah, why? Mind blown.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
All right, this next one, the Game Awards gave us an even deeper look at Control Resonant. This is Control 2, which is from Remedy Entertainment's Control sequel. Now, they planned for a release sometime in 2026 in the action adventure RPG. You will explore a warped Manhattan on the brink of paranatural annihilation. You will unleash Dylan Faden's extraordinary powers as he fights against the cosmic threat for his and humanity's survival. Uh, this was also very like
Kinda
wigging
trippy.
out kind of moment.
It's very
Yeah.
trippy.
Like I totally was like, are we in Inception? Like what's going on? You know, like I totally was lost when we were watching this. But I know Control is one of those games that's really well done um and has been out for a while. So the fact that they're doing a second one is fascinating to me that because I don't remember when the first Control came out. It's been a while.
It's
Let's
been
see.
a couple
Control
what, 2 years?
2019.
Oh, has it been that long? Holy cow.
Yeah, it released August 27th, 2019. And it was a game that a lot of people played. They loved it. I was watching Latin play it not too long ago,
Mhm.
and it's just a very fascinating game for a single player game. It does have some really good storyline to it. And that's why I was like, Morgan, you would like this. And you're like, it's single player. I know it's single player, but the storyline is really good. And I think it
Yeah.
would hook you enough where you wouldn't be like, oh, this
It
sucks.
also depends on, like, the fighting mechanics.
The
Because
fighting mechanics are very simple,
I
to be honest.
loved the what was the name of it? Was it Evil Dead? Hold on.
All the Googling that we do as we're doing the show.
I know, it's not Evil Dead. That's what happens when it's a live show. Oh, what was that?
I know.
I'm drawing a blank on the name of that. It wasn't Evil Dead because that's a movie. Um, It was
Do you
Evil
remember who was in it?
something. Um,
Evil Within?
I think it was Evil Within. So I
Okay.
love the story. Yeah, Evil Within. Love the story of Evil Within. Not my play style. I struggled playing it. I then just watched my husband play it for me. Like,
That's fair.
but love the story of the Evil Within, and I do worry that the play style would be similar. Not that I know for sure. Obviously, I haven't been able to compare them like side by side very well, but
Mhm.
I just do worry that it's a game that I would struggle getting through.
I don't think
But
the game style for it is very, like, she does have powers, you
yeah,
know,
yeah,
so she has that, but then it's like shoot and fire a gun.
gotcha. Okay,
Yeah, yeah.
okay, okay.
It's shoot, fire, gun, use power. Shoot, fire, gun, use power. Learn story. Shoot, fire, gun, use power, learn story.
Perfect.
Yeah. Yeah, the gameplay is not like overly intense or anything like that. I'm sure the second one will have a little bit more mechanics to it, but the fact that
Probably.
it was 2019, it's a very more simplistic kind of build and everything. I think the new control is going to be melee focused. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Which, I
Interesting.
mean, I can see that because, but we'll have to
They're
learn more when
focusing on a
they
different
finally
character
release
as
more
well,
on it.
so
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know.
I know this
Well,
next one though, you are super excited about. I will probably take a back seat because I
so
suck at
I
flying.
see the thing is I'm not even like super excited for it myself.
Yeah.
Like Gremlin, good friend of mine in chat, this is their life. That no, sorry to call you out, bud, but they love Ace Combat. Um, so so obviously
And
the
no, that's great.
beloved, yeah,
I just
it
personally
looks
have an issue with
fantastic.
flying.
It
Yeah.
looks fantastic. You can't do the flying games because of your motion sickness, right?
No, I just suck at it. Like
Oh,
literally
oh, okay, okay,
I'll
okay.
be like this and I'll be like, I'll push this to think I'm going down and it goes up and I'm like, oh, like my brain
Yeah.
just like
Mm.
gets confused.
It get
And then
it
once
sucks. Luckily, you can remap though if you like wanted to. I usually remap that, especially if if I'm on controller specifically. I remap it because I screw it up every time on controller.
Well, and then I didn't remap it when I play Aloft, and so, like, if you watch me ever play, you'll see, like, it takes my brain a bit because 'cause I'll be like,
Oh, to
"Burr,
get
burr,
back into
burr,
it.
burr,
Yeah,
burr,
yeah,
burr,
yeah.
burr, burr."
Sure. Well,
No, anytime I fly. Like, it could be, like, at the point of, like, I've been playing for a while and I forgot how to fly again. My brain's like, "Burr, burr, 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 burr."
I love
Oh, and
that.
forget turns, like, turns are awful, like, I can't turn to save my life
I
sometimes, so
remember, and this is one thing. Like I mentioned, Squadrons earlier. Star Wars Squadrons was so excited
Mhm.
for Squadrons, but Squadrons got very quickly like soured for me just with like the really big competitive players that got on it. Um
Yeah.
and then when I was playing it, there was so many people. Even though we kept trying to back out of the lobby, we kept getting put with the same people. And we're like, they're fucking smoking us. Can we please just have a better balanced game? And
Mhm.
I worked so hard when I was a kid though, because I played a lot of Star Wars Battlefront and Battlefront 2. I busted my ass off to get really good at those space battles, and
Mhm.
I did amazing. And then Squadrons came around, and I needed a lot of time to practice, and it ended up not sadly not being enjoyable because of the being like being PvP, and
Yeah.
there were just so many sweats, and I was like, I'm not that sweaty of a player. This is obviously no longer a game for me because there's too many sweats in it. But anyway,
But for those who are fans of Ace Combat though,
yeah.
and
Well,
flying games.
that's Squadron, but Ace Combat's
Right. But
a
I'm
different
just
style. Um,
right.
but yeah, but for those who are interested, the beloved Ace Combat franchise did get, if you haven't realized the hint already, a massive announcement that basically has their fan base screaming for joy. Studio Bandai Namco Aces Incorporated announced Ace Combat 8 Wings of Thieves at the Game Awards. So it has a planned release for some time in 2026 where players will be able to take to the skies and rise above every challenge to earn their place among the elite. Players will engage in intense aerial combat, experience a breathtaking campaign, create deep squad connections, and make the hardest of choices. So yeah, guys, it looks great. I mean, I know I'm excited for the music because I know the Ace Combat franchise has fantastic soundtrack. So I'm excited to see
Mm.
what new music we get from this one.
It was funny when they first showed it, I was like, "Are they doing a Top Gun?"
I
That's
can
like
I
where
can
my
see
brain
that at
went
first. I can see that at
immediately.
first.
Yeah, yeah, and
It's
then they were
funny.
like, "Ace, you're an ace," and I was like, "Oh, it's not Top Gun, we're fine." I was like, "Man, I just wanna play volleyball if we're gonna do Top Gun, like, come on."
Oh my gosh. I would spend so much time playing volleyball. I played a lot of volleyball. Um, there was this game. Sorry, this is totally off topic. There was this Xbox game. It was a trashy game. Like literally, you're like women barely dressed in anything, and you're just playing volleyball. And I would always play because I love volleyball, and I was really good at that game. My mom's like, "Turn that off. You shouldn't be playing a game with women dressed like that." So yeah, I'd spend a lot of time playing volleyball for show.
Morgan is having a lot of ADD moments right now.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm exhausted. I'm so tired. And so this is what happens when I'm tired.
It's just funny watching you. I'm like, "Where are we going now?" Like, where's
Everywhere.
where's where's Morgan's
Everywhere,
I'm just like
anywhere,
I'm just
all at
like,
once.
just gonna sit here and just like, "What are we doing?" All right. Well,
Oh,
besides, the games that we showed, there was a lot of other things that we noticed
yeah, there
throughout the game.
was.
But like we said, we couldn't do everything because we would be here until probably next year because there was so much happening. So there were some things that we did want to point out that we were also excited about. They revealed the two Tomb Raider games that are coming out, one next year and one the year after.
Yeah, so
Legacy
next
of
year's
Atlantis, which is Legacy of
can't
Atlantis, which
wait.
is releasing next year, which is really cool because dinosaurs and Atlantis, duh. And then Tomb Raider Catalyst will release the next year. So I'm actually really excited for that. I love the fact that they did tweak her model. So she's a little less like what she looked like in the first ones.
She
So
also
that's
looks
kind
a
of
little
fun.
older, which I like.
Yeah, it was funny because there was that light that hit her, and I was like, "Did they put a gray streak in her hair?" And you're like, "No." I was like, "Oh, that would have been cool. That would have been really cool if she had like this like one little gray like strand like right here.
Starting to gray.
That would have been right. That would have been badass. I mean, the amount of stuff that she's been through, and the fact that
Hmm.
she hates tombs, which is really funny to me. Now she has this humor. I think that would have been really cool. There was other stuff though that happened. I know Morgan was
Yeah.
really
Oh,
excited about Divinity.
yeah. So Larian Studios, we know made Baldur's Gate 3, but before that, I was introduced to them with Divinity Original Sin and Original Sin 2. Phenomenal, turn-based like RPG games. Fantastic. Many hours in that. But they've announced Divinity, which is another game, a part of that saga and that franchise. So very exciting. I wish I could show you it. The trailer has some explicit moments that, you know, it can't show very often on Twitch. So that is why we're not showing it as a bigger video. But fantastic. It looks great. It looks wild. It is dark. It is a darker game. There is a lot of points that happen in it. And it looks like this is going to be one of the darkest ones yet. So I'm very, very intrigued by it. So
Yeah.
we also got a deeper look at Resident Evil, and we did learn that the Silver Fox Leon is returning to the franchise. So that has a
Everybody
lot of
lost their
people
shit.
excited. Everybody, yes, people lost their shit over Leon.
And that's okay.
Yeah,
Leon's a stud, man. I get it. I
yeah.
get it. And I thought it was really cool too. Lenny Kravitz showed up at the awards, which was awesome. This is his debut in the 007 First Look game, which was really fun.
I
So, and
also
I love the fact,
love
did you love the fact though that he was dressed just like his character? That was
yes,
like,
I loved that. But then I also love that because Lenny is a very well known musician that they had
yeah.
him do present the award for I think it was sound design.
Hmm.
And I love that. It was just a cute little touch. But this is
Yeah,
his
it was really
debut.
nice.
This is
Yeah.
he has done acting, but this is his debut into acting for video games. So
Yes.
really
Yes.
excited to see where this goes for him.
And then I will say the one downfall I had to the whole entire Game Awards was when they showed Mega Man. I was kind of like, we got a lot. and there was a lot, and I was really excited about a lot of the things that we saw, and then they were like, "We got one more trailer," and they showed Mega Man, and I was like, "Why?"
Honestly, any of the games that we have talked about, except personally, um, except for 007, Resident Evil, and Control Resident, only because they have been talked about for a while now, and it's not our first time seeing those. Maybe the first time seeing those specific trailers, not the first time talking and knowing about these games. I think I would
Mhm.
have preferred any of the other games we have mentioned so far being that last reveal
Right.
than Mega Man. I mean, like Mega Man's fine and all, but like it didn't carry the weight that I felt like other reveals that we got earlier in the show did.
No. I felt like Mega Man, if they rearranged, like you said, rearranged the playlist of what was gonna be where, Mega Man would have fit perfectly in, like, one of the areas in the middle, you know, if they wanted to
Hmm.
put it there, because I know they were holding off on some of the games to for more of the middle of the
I
show
mean, shoot,
because
you
they
even
didn't
put
want it in
Tomb
the
Raider. Put Tomb Raider. That's a twofer down, but that is the end.
right. Or put the Resident Evil with Leon. That would have had people losing their shit for the rest of the night, like not that they weren't, but
Yeah.
it would have been so great to have that. Or they could have put the forest. Like the fact that we got that trailer and we had no clue that what it was at first until until they finally like revealed End Night. It was like, holy crap.
Hmm.
That would have been good because there are those fanatics. Um but Mega Man could have been anywhere in the middle. I would have not put it with the pre-show stuff because that's kind of like the more, like, these are the games that you already know are coming out kind of situation. It's fine. But
Or it's
they
the
could have
smaller
rearranged
developers who
some
couldn't pay
things.
for the big placements because those are to have those three
Yeah.
minute trailers are expensive.
Oh, yeah,
I
yeah.
think it was
Oh,
like
yeah.
what 1 million
Somewhere
for a
around there. Yeah. Like you
for
could
a
buy
3 minute
they said
trailer.
that you could buy all the games that were shown with one of the trailers that they had, like the
Yeah,
amount of money that they had. So I was like,
wild,
dang. Wild. I
absolutely
did
wild.
like though, I thought they had some pretty good the Street Fighter cast coming on to announce was pretty fun to watch. Um I love the fact that Miss Piggy showed up. I thought that was hilarious. Her Bora Bora moment. I know you and I were bopping a bit throughout the show, so we had some good bopping moments, which
We
was
did.
good. Yeah. There were times though where I was like, the lady that they had for the pre-show just didn't make sense, just randomly thrown in.
She wasn't too bad. At least she's the same
No.
pre-show person every year, so
Mhm. Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
at least that helps a little bit. But anyway, guys, we could talk for hours about everything that went down at the Game Awards. But for now, we actually are going to go on a very short break because when we return, we're going to be discussing the woman-led games showcase that just happened on Wednesday, and then we're going to also be diving into the PC gaming show Most Wanted, as well as the horror game awards show. So we'll be back momentarily because I need to fill up my water because I'm thirsty and kind of losing my voice. I can already tell. Um, but with that said, hang around and we'll be back soon. Bundle up because our winter sale is going on now. From cozy holiday sweaters to festive t shirts, ornaments, and more. Everything you love is now up to 30% off for a limited time. That's our biggest sale yet. Whether you're treating yourself or grabbing the perfect holiday gift, now is the time to stock up. Don't wait, these deals melt fast. Click the link in our bio, fill your cart, and stay cozy with our 2025 winter sale. All right, the woman-led showcase took place on Wednesday night, and we showed dozens of games that are made by women teams or led by women in general. So it was a fun 40-minute show filled with so many games, and we picked our favorites. So I'm gonna go ahead and start with my first pick. Hold on, sorry,
Okay.
making sure this
Okay,
pulled up.
fine.
All right. So this one is definitely up my alley, to no one's surprise. But this is
No.
Witch But this is
No.
Witch's Bakery, a 2D adventure RPG where you manage your store, visit iconic streets of Paris, and heal people's hearts with your croissants. And, you are a witch baker after all. Like, hell yeah. But you'll be able to progress through this cozy story sometime in 2026. The developer Sunny Lab has not announced an official release date just yet.
It's cute though.
I can't wait
And
for
I
it.
like that you can not to, oh my gosh. Whoo. I like that you can customize your shop,
Yes,
which was adorable.
so cute.
All right. Not surprising, guys, that I chose one that is a roguelite survival game, of
Wow,
course.
I'm so surprised.
Right. This is Rotato. In this game, you'll spin your cannons around your planet to fight your way through hordes of cute, deadly aliens. Now, the game is expected to release in quarter 1 of 2026. This is just adorable, though.
It's
Like,
cute. It's cute.
you get to be a planet.
Spin, shoot, survive.
That's right. I was like, what a great description. Also, I can't just say that. So I had to go find more info.
Yeah, right, right.
It's a game. I can't just say that and be like, this is the game.
Now, I know this next one, both you and I are interested in, but in Letter
Mhm.
Lost, you play a sole employee of a post office. You'll stamp, sort, and deliver mail, but it's not that easy. The job also hides secrets, and the office itself holds mysteries you must uncover. This will be the only job you'll ever need to work unless you can escape. So there is a demo available, and there is no release date just yet. This is so intriguing.
Yeah. It is intriguing and we can try it out. So
Yeah.
we can see if we
Whoop,
like it.
whoop. Demo reveal.
So that's right. All right, this next one I got for you guys. You'll command a tribe of intelligent automations that can interpret any customized instruction you give in Brave New Worlds. You'll pioneer a post apocalyptic world, explore runes from the past, and discover a mysterious reality as you make your automated factories thrive. There is a demo out now, and there's no release date just yet on Steam. I was intrigued by this one, but I'm kind of thrown off by it by the whole like the AI part of it. So I'm like, "Oh, it's not exactly what I thought it was going to be."
I see.
Like the
Well,
whole typing in like I want this to happen with this. I was like, "Ooh, I don't know if I'd like that."
that's very different.
It is very different. And I give them a lot of kudos and credit for making a different game. I just don't know if that's something that I would be personally
Yeah,
like fully intrigued on. But I find it very fascinating.
fair, fair. Well, in this next one, this is an RPG where you'll step onto the battlefield, befriend a ragtag crew of heroes, and go head to head against an immortal foe to protect the kingdom you love in this narrative driven tactics game. You can jump into a demo now on Steam, but there is no release date just yet. However, real quick while I had the video up, I do want to skip ahead a little bit so you can see actually what the gameplay looks like. Because it does look
Mhm.
different than the cinematic we're seeing, which I was a little sad about. I think it's the
I know
next one
Morgan wanted
actually.
it to be like this the whole time.
I wanted it to look like Tavern Talk the entire time. Just saying. But this is
And
kind
then
of
she
like
realized it wasn't.
I know. But this is kind of a look of how it's a little more of a turn based. It looks like. But I
Mhm.
am interested in at least trying it out and seeing it like how it feels.
I'm also curious, like, how much do you spend in the more tavern talk like areas versus when you go to the field? Like,
And
do you
that's fair.
spend more
That's fair.
time in the RPG part of it, or do you spend more doing the
The combat.
actual turn-based part, the combat part? Yeah. So I mean, like there could be a good balance and
There
it
might be.
might still be good intrigue to you, or it could be very heavy on one over the other and you might be like, no.
Fair. Fair.
All right, my last one is Dice Gambit. This is actually one that I thought was very interesting too. This one will have you shape and lead your own fully customizable family of inquisitors in charge of hunting the chromatic monsters infesting the city. You'll unlock abilities, hang out with nobles, learn the secrets the city holds, all while delivering ice cream.
Heck yeah.
It's so cute. The game is available for purchase and you can try it out before you buy it.
Yeah, I'm
I
interested in
really
this
like
one.
the art style of this though. I think it's very intriguing to me. And at first I was kind of taken aback by it because I thought, "Oh, I don't know if I'm going to like this." But then I started
Hmm.
watching it and I was like, "Oh, this could be something that I would be interested in."
Yeah,
And I think it's funny
absolutely.
that you're just trying to deliver ice cream.
That's actually one I'm actually kind of interested in too. It's different. It's not my typical
Mhm.
go-to game, but I am intrigued by it. But it's definitely one of those
Yeah.
ones where before I outright buy it, I'm happy there is a demo. That way I can make
Yeah.
sure it is because I'm not sure if it's my style of game. I'm happy I'm able to test this one out.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
Well, everybody, with that, that was the games we wanted to show you from the Woman Like Games. And right now, we're gonna dive into the
Switch
next
gears.
award show.
We're going to get a little spooky up in here.
Yeah, we're gonna get a little spooky. A little spooky.
That's right. Well, the Horror Game Awards took place on Saturday, and I was live for the show, which showcased upcoming horror games and honored developers in the genre. There were a lot of notable winners from the show, but it was a good night for Silent Hill F, taking home Technical Achievement Award, Best Narrative, Best Performance, and Game of the Year. Repo did also leave with a footprint at the award
Nice.
ceremony,
Let's
taking
go.
home Best Multiplayer Horror Game. Doom the Dark Ages took home Best Soundtrack, and Little Nightmares 3 snagged Most Accessible Horror Game. But it wasn't just the winners that were in the spotlight. There were a lot of games shown during the awards show.
Nice. I love that. Well, we're going to show you some of the ones that stood out to us. And first up is The Florist.
And when I
Let
saw
me.
this, I immediately thought of you, Morgan.
It's already, I like the look of it already. But, guys, this is a classic survival horror experience set in a town overgrown with deadly yet beautiful flowers. You'll solve ingenious puzzles, defeat horrifying enemies, and uncover the mystery behind the plan to create new life in the most inhuman way imaginable. There's no release date for this just yet, but it looks extremely intriguing.
Yeah, I really like the concept that this is you they're plant zombies, right? Like it's everything based plant, which is nice. It's not your
Hmm.
typical horror where it's I'm chasing you with a spider or hunting you down with a werewolf. You know, it was nice that this is a different take on horror.
Yeah,
Kind of like, oh, uh if Ivy was coming after me from DC, like that's how I thought of it. And I was like, that's kind of cool.
that's a good way to look at it.
Yeah.
I like, I
So the
like.
next one I want to show you guys, this is actually the one that they showcased right before they re named the game of the year. So for those who are a big into the cult classic Hellraiser, then you'll want to check out this next one. So Clive Baker's Hellraiser Revival will have you experience a new chapter in the legendary horror series. In this first-person action horror survival, you'll wield the powers of the Genesis configuration puzzle box to survive your bargain with the infamous Pinhead. It is expected to release in 2026. They had a huge like sit down with everybody who was part of it. They talked about how Clive Baker actually input his thoughts about the game, making sure that they kept it to his cult classic, kind of like his like roadmap of how he sees it, which is really nice. They didn't like deviate at all. there was a lot of like they did have like, a little bit of leeway with some things with it, but for the most part, they kept it very similar to what Hellraiser is, you know.
Mhm.
Um I really think this is intriguing. It was very like interesting to watch because you're like, holy crap, there's so much happening. But I love the whole sense of like what Hellraiser is about. And I do like the fact that they didn't like they used everybody, like they had the guy that was Pinhead who was talking about it, and it was really cool. So
Nice, nice.
it was really fun. I think you would have been really interested to sit there and listen to this whole sit down of them talking about it, Morgan, because it was really nice and like refreshing to see, as opposed to like, okay, here's our last one and here's like just the trailer, enjoy. So it was
I
nice
love
to have
that
a little
though.
bit
I
more
love
in
that.
depth.
All right, well, we do have another one to show you guys. This is Dread Out 3. It's a it's a third-person horror adventure inspired by Asian Indonesian urban legend. So, follow Linda's journey as a keeper of the dark into an interdimensional rabbit hole to find the source of unseen power threatening the balance of light and darkness. This game is expected to release in 2026. It is pretty intriguing because I love a good like urban legend. Like I love like mythology and everything else. So I do find it really exciting. I love like that supernatural horror element. So I am interested to see what this one's going to be like.
Yeah, and there were a lot of games that were shown. They did show that on top of this one, they showed the Agni one that that we talked about before too. But when I
Yep.
saw this one, I definitely thought this one's fascinating because it's not your typical horror game that you see. Like this one is actually using cultural references that would be intriguing to people who are big into cultures, for one, and for
I love
two,
that.
for that ethnic group as well. Like these are things that they know about, like it's part of like who they are as a person, which is really cool.
Yeah, it's
So
part of their
like
culture and such.
as yeah, yeah, and as creepy as it is, like I get it, it's creepy, but it's also your horror and it's your urban legends with everything. So I do think it's a good one. There's actually it's a series. So this is actually the third one in it. There's others also, if you
Nice.
didn't know.
I did not know.
I didn't know either. I had when I looked it up, I was like, oh, so this isn't just a standalone. It's called Three for a reason. There are others with it. So kind of cool.
Nice.
Before we click into the next one, I just want to give a warning that, especially like I know Ramp was like at no, and I'm definitely a no on this next one too. I chose this next one. It does have a doll in it. It is a doll. So if you are afraid of dolls, I'm so sorry. Please look away for a little bit.
We'll
Because
give
I
you an
know people
audio
do
cue
have
when you're
that
good.
fear. Yeah. But I chose this one just because it is different than what we've seen typically for horror. So just want to give that warning right now. So, all right. This last one that I chose is called Baptiste. So this one will actually have your skin crawl, especially if you aren't a fan of dolls like me. I'm not. I'm not a fan. I'm not a doll person. In this game, Sarah and her son Tom seek a new start at Jagged Shore Cliff, but their worst fear is waiting for them there. Now, this game doesn't have a release date just yet, but there is a demo available on Steam. They showed this thing, and like the whole time when I was doing this, because Ramp was there with me, we both were just like, no. It is supposed to be like very creepy with this doll. And what I find fascinating about it is that they did use the doll sense of it as opposed to like your typical horror, as I was saying before.
Hmm.
And so I think that makes this one kind of unique in its own sense. I did also see throughout a lot of the horror games that they were showing, mannequins were a thing now. So like I know there are people who are afraid of mannequins, but mannequins have become now like the new the new horror. And I know Markiplier is definitely one of those
Yep.
people who's like, no. My brother is definitely like that. He hates mannequins. So there were a couple games where I was like, that's not gonna it will get played by Markiplier, but maybe he's not gonna like it. So I thought that was kind of an interesting theme throughout there. And then a
Mhm.
lot of like they did have a lot of games to show. I will say this was rough for them. This was their first live show,
Real
and it was
quick,
very rough.
we're not
Yes.
showing dolls anymore, so anybody who wants to look again can.
No, thank you. But yes, this was a very rough show for them. It was their first live one. And you could see like they were on the struggle bus. The gremlins were hitting
Technical
hard.
difficulties.
Yeah, I definitely said throughout the show yesterday, I was like, I feel like somebody just took a bucket of water and threw it on Gizmo, and all the gremlins came out, and they're just having a rock and roll time right now. Um, but besides the fact that they were having issues, it felt like it was kind of like nobody knew what the right cues were to get up on stage. Sometimes, like some some of the hosts were like, "I'm there, I'm ready to go." Some of the other hosts would take for like 5 minutes to get up on
Oh
stage.
wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
it was a little rough. I'm sure they're gonna learn a lot from this one though. They're gonna take it back. They're gonna
I'm
learn
sure.
like technical wise, what did they do wrong? They're gonna learn from a standpoint of like production wise, and everything. But overall, it wasn't a bad show. It just wasn't their day. It wasn't their night. Let's just say that.
Well, hopefully next year's better, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, and they're gonna
It
do
is
it
it
again
is
next year.
exciting.
They already said so they're
It is
already planning
exciting
on
though
it.
to like know that this award show is out there because there
Mhm.
is a lot of horror games that kind of get swept and like you don't really see because there is a lot of horror games out there in general, and there
Right.
very commonly there's a lot of indie horror games, so I think this is a very good avenue for those less likely to be found games to be showcased. I think it is a
Mhm.
very exciting medium, and I'm happy. Though they did have their technical difficulties with their first live show, I'm excited that they are moving to a live element with it, just so people who can't be in person can also enjoy finding new games that they wouldn't have known about otherwise.
Yeah, there was a lot of games that, like I said, there was a lot shown. I chose ones that kinda had more of a graphical polish look I'll go with, but there were ones that had like, more of the more retro look kinda thing like that,
Hmm.
that they were showing that, I don't mind playing, but I know could be kind of like graphically not appealing to someone in a sense. And
Fair.
so it was nice. A lot of the games that were up for awards was actually Silent Hill F was No, I'm Not Human and Look Outside. Those were like the big three. The one thing that was very confusing was so if you go to their website, they have a laundry list of like all the people that are up for this award. So like Repo was up for Game of the Year. It was on the list, but then they only tallied it down to three. So they didn't show
Wow.
everybody. Yeah, so it was kind of throwing me off because I'm like,
Yeah,
because I
that
said in my
website you
spiel, I was
showed
like,
me, like, so
mm-hmm,
they have a website where they had all the nominees listed just for so chat knows. And
yeah,
when you sent me that list, I was like going through each category. I'm like, holy cow, this nominees list for all these categories are massive. So
mm-hmm.
I wonder if they just showed the most popular ones, the most well
I think
known
they showed
ones,
like the top three that
or
were
that
on the
that could
list. Like
be.
what? Yeah. And I think the other thing too is because they were having so many technical difficulties, I wonder too if they cut a lot of things out like
That could have
last
been.
minute to be
That could
like,
have
we
been.
need to get this stuff in because it was very much, it would be like
They're also
award and then it'd be trailers and then award and then trailers. And
Yeah,
yeah, it
and if
was
you
just
think about it too,
consistently.
you also had, like, they expected a 2-hour runtime, and they're also, like,
Hmm.
can't have it go over too long because,
Hmm.
they've rented the place they have that they're using, they have stipulations, contractual stipulations for the space they're using, so
Yeah,
there's all that to think about too, so I get it. There very, very well and very easily could have been things last minute removed from the show for
right.
brevity's sake to get it moving along.
Oh yeah.
But with all that being said, shall we jump into our next gaming show?
Let's do it. This was the
All
last
right.
one that we were co-streamers of. So
Yes, yeah.
this is it.
So
Until next year.
the
Until we find more.
PC yeah, right. The PC gaming show happened on Thursday, December 4th, and during the show there were 15 world premieres, several new trailers, updates, and announcements for dozens of upcoming titles. So we're going to break down the ones that we haven't mentioned yet, and KP will actually start us off.
Yeah, and I will say, like, Morgan and I were watching this. We didn't actually get to go live because we were slammed. We had too much going on in our personal lives. But at one point, I literally messaged Morgan and was like, "It's still going on," and she's like, "Yes." I think at that point you were like, "I don't know when this is gonna end."
Like I just needed to be over. Like it started during my workday, so I was like watching it,
Mhm,
and while I was like finishing up work for the day, and
mhm.
I was just like, I was like, this is still going. I think it started at 3 and it didn't wrap up until a little after 5. It was a
Yeah,
long one, especially for it not
it was a
being an
long one.
award show.
Yeah, yeah.
But anyway,
All right, so let's dive in. All right. This first game we will show you is from the developer of No Man's Sky. Light No Fire swaps out the vast galaxy of a single planet the size of Earth. So it swaps out the vast galaxy for a single planet the size of Earth. There we go. I can read. It's a game about adventure, building, survival, and exploration with your friends. At this time, there is no release date just yet. This is actually one that I am excited about.
I'm
um,
excited for this one too.
and I love the fact that it's like you stay in one area as opposed to flying all over the place, which don't get me wrong, I love the fact that No Man's Sky is about exploration in the sense of like planets and jumping and all
Mhm.
that stuff. But I love that this one is just one giant planet, do your thing, see all the stuff,
I
and
also
have a
really
good
like the
time.
creatures that we see in it that we can obviously
Yeah.
like tame and like
And
use as
get to ride
mounts.
dragons.
Yeah, I think
Dragons.
this one's gonna be very, very, very good. Obviously, we know No Man's
Mhm.
Sky is a small, very small team.
Yeah.
And when you saw him come in, like take on his award for the best ongoing game, he was wearing the T-shirt with the logo of this game. Like it's very much like this is one of their big passion projects right now, and I'm here for it. I can't wait to be able to dive
This
into
is
this.
Yeah, this is gonna be their next big game that's
Yeah,
coming out.
absolutely.
And there's a reason there's no release date yet because they're taking their time on it, and I'm okay with it. Take your time. Do
Yeah,
what you gotta do.
I can respect that. If
Bunnies!
is
Sorry, I just saw the bunnies and I got excited. They were like
who
kneeling. They
has
were
the
like,
ADD
"Yes, my
brain
liege."
now?
And I was like, "Bunnies!" Bunnies are like, "Yes, my liege. Yes, I want my bunny army. Can I have a bunny army? I want one." Morgan, if we play the game, can I have a bunny army?
Yes, you
Will you
may.
let me have
I
one?
will
Okay,
allow this.
cool. Yay.
Oh, no, I can't
I've
wait
seen
though.
trailers for this game over and over again, but I haven't really like paid super close attention to every detail. And that's like just seeing the bunnies made me excited.
Well, guys, this next game, you will harness the power of automation in this factory game on a rogue planet in the far reaches of the solar system. Substructure will have you dig down and explore the depths of an alien world, exploit its resources across complex production chains, and travel towards the core to uncover its deepest secrets. It can be played solo or online co op. There is no release date just yet, though. But KP, how do you feel about
I
this
like
one? Because
this.
I know you like these type of games.
Yeah, so this is very similar. It reminds me of Factorio, with the
Okay.
way that it's done. But I also like the fact that you go into the depths. So now we're down below. So it's almost like it's kind of like two different things, almost like a No Man's Sky or an Oxygen Not Included, but like a
Hmm.
Factorio part of it meets like Satisfactory. But I love the fact that it's online co-op because there are a lot of games that Tubby and I have played where like No Man's Sky, like Satisfactory, yes, we can play together. But we have other games too that are like Timberborn, Whiskerwood. They're all single player, so you can't play with anybody. So you're just kind of like chilling, doing your own thing. But the fact that this one has an online co-op is really fascinating to me. And I like that because it gives you that chance to like, hey, I want to play this game with somebody who might be really good at like the the numbers, right? Like I could do all the other stuff. Like I love doing all the designing and making things look pretty and stuff like that, but like having somebody who could do like the logistics and numbers and all that stuff makes it easy. So like it's like everybody has their thing that they're gonna do. So
Yeah.
all good.
Nice. This next one that you're about to show everybody, though, I'm very intrigued by. I really like the art
Yes.
style because it's so different.
Mhm. Yeah, it is very different. So you're going to bleed the world back to life in a series of tactical turn-based bloodbaths. Lead your elite warriors in the fight to save a dying world from the forces of stasis. There is no release date just yet, but you can request to join the playtest for Ex Sanguis. I love the fact that it's reds and blacks and whites. Like it's a different color style. It is turn-based, so like I know that it'd be interesting to see if it is kind of more of your style because it is more of a turn-based game as opposed to, you know, like a real-time kind of situation.
Yeah, yeah. Which we'll
I'm
see.
also
It could
curious
be.
too.
I also sometimes I have a love-hate relationship with turn-based games
Mhm.
just because just like playing at tabletop Dungeons and Dragons, for example, it then combat just takes forever.
Yeah.
And like that's fine. That's just how it's built, but sometimes I'm like, okay,
Mhm.
I'm over the combat. I want to move on with the story. So, it just depends on how well paced the turn-based part of it is.
Right. I'm curious too if you gain other characters or if it's just the one character because it didn't look like you had any other
Yeah,
people with
it
you.
looks like it's just that one female character, I believe. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
But I don't know. There could be others that you get and they just didn't show it.
I
Um,
did see that there was
but
at
there
the
is
end
a
of the
play
trailer
test.
there's a play test going on. So,
Yes. What is
I'm going to their Steam page real quick to make sure that is still going on.
I think so. It's a public play test, so I would think
Let me
that it
see.
would still
Unless
be
it's public, but it could be closed. Um,
true.
nope, it has it where you can request access still. So yeah, on
Yeah,
their
I'm
Steam page, you
so
can request access to the playtest.
yeah, they're doing their fourth play test right now. So
Nice.
they have done wow, they've done 3 of these already. Um, let's see if it gives a date on it really fast while I'm just
Oh, it
kind of
was made with Unity, by the way, because it's part of the Unity uh awards thing going on right now.
nice. There is no end date for this play test. So
Oh, nice. Okay,
I've already requested access. So if you want to request access, feel free.
I
I'm
sure
talking to
did.
Morgan. Everybody else can just do what they want.
Oh my
But they say
gosh.
games similar that I've played is like Darkest Dungeon. So, well, there might be 3
Okay.
characters because there are 3.
Darkest Dungeon's hard though. That's a
It is
hard
hard,
game.
which
So I
makes
hope
me wonder
it's
if this
not.
game's going to
I
be
was
difficult.
just thinking the same thing. If they say it's similar to Darkest Dungeon, I wonder if it's going to be as difficult. Um,
Right?
Also,
And
quick
it
shout
could be
out
difficult.
to Tyler and Jet. Just they said my cat stole a French fry and ate it in front of me, and I love that. Go her, she's a queen. All right, I do have another turn-based game to actually show you guys. So in this one, you will manipulate the turns of friends and foes alike in this Eldritch roguelike tactical RPG by the makers of Rogue Legacy. You'll ascend the inverted tower, kill a god, and control every moment in Neath. This game releases sometime in 2026. Um, this is in terms of turn bases, visually, like just the art style for me is not my favorite type of turn base, but
Yeah.
it could be pretty fun. I do like the different like there's a bunch of different like parts that we get to see of like your equipment, maybe a bit of like your loadouts and stuff like that. So that is kind of nice to see. But the visual side of the turn base is not my personal favorite.
Right. I know this next one though. We are both excited for.
Which one's the next one? Oh, yes. I'm so excited
You
for
like
this next
stopped for a
one.
second and you were like, "Oh, okay, that one."
I was literally like trying to like switch cameras, everything. I'm like, wait, which one is she talking about? Oh, this one, yeah. Yeah. Take it
All
away.
right, this
Taco
next
time.
one, like I said, Morgan and I are both excited for. It's called Witchspire. So, in this survival crafting adventure, you'll befriend and battle creatures, conjure up sanctuary alongside other witches in co-op or single player. There is a playtest available for this game that you can sign up for, and the game releases next year. I already tried to sign up for the playtest. I have not gotten into it yet, so I'm waiting. But I love the art style of this. It reminds so in a weird way, it reminds me of Palia.
Oh,
Like,
absolutely. I mean, it
it's
even
got, like, this
says, like,
Palia feel, but, like, more intense than Palia, you know?
yeah. So, like, basically, for example, Steam says it's similar to Pal World and Enshrouded, um,
Mhm,
which I'm sure is because partially, like, the resource collecting bit and, like, building that sanctuary for yourself and everything else. But I do
mhm.
agree that it has some Palia vibes to it, absolutely.
So mine says similar games that I've played is Valheim and Palworld.
Okay. So it's get it
I
it's
did
it's
find out,
selecting those
though.
survival games, so, like, those, like, fantasy,
Yes.
those RPG kinda style, like, like, the almost like the fantasy survival stuff.
There was something I wanted to read, though, that I thought was fascinating about this game, though. So they did say, though, so the developer, which is Envar Games, um, is actually this is gonna be their debut title for one. So, and they're a newly established game development division of Envar, which is actually a studio known for its co-development and creative contributions to hits like League of Legends, Overwatch 2, and
Okay,
Valorant. So they
nice.
do have it will be on Unreal Engine 5, but because of the other ones, but it's interesting that they have these like co-development footprints in these other games. So they I think this game is going to do phenomenal when it comes out.
I agree.
And
And,
I think
obviously, this is
it's
part
going to be a
of
fun one.
this was all part of the PC Gamers Most Wanted showcase, so these are, like, games that are already have a lot of people wishlisting them. There's a lot of interest around these games. So, I think
Mhm.
that this one's gonna do extremely well. It's
Oh
one of
yeah.
these games where I look at it, it's like, "Oh, when I have downtime in Palia and I'm caught up to everything in Palia-wise, I can switch over to this one and, like, flip-flop between them."
Right.
All right, well, check out this other game that is nice and cozy. It is called Tamertown. In this game, you'll collect Mokitan in the city management game, where tamers and their monsters unite in battle. You'll evolve and bond together in their unique town, design neighborhoods, unlock stories, and grow a feel good world where every connection matters. This game is set to release in 2026. So,
This
yeah,
is
that's
kinda cute too,
Tamertown.
because it's kinda like, we go from the witches to building out your cozy town and everything, and it has, like, it hits different, but it's still cozy. It hits
Yeah,
different, but cozy.
for
I
sure,
think that's
for
a good
sure.
one too, like, definitely one that I would be curious in because I do like, some of the city management type games that are out there, so I think it'll be a one to definitely check out when it releases.
Yeah,
This last game I think is also very fascinating to me because it's also another one that uses cultural based um items or not items but cultural
influences.
features, characteristics, that kind of stuff.
Gotcha.
So the last game we want to show you is called Universe. This is an Afro-futuristic RPG game with fighting game mechanics where your fists, choices, and inner power change the fate of a galaxy. The game has a planned release date sometime in 2027, but I just love the graphics for this. I think it's
It's really
very
pretty.
cool. Yeah, and I love that it's like it's got that Afro-futuristic, and so they're using the cultural of like that whole like regional area, which is really nice.
Yeah, I do think that's really cool. Like, you can see it in, like, there's a lot of, like, seeing I don't remember the correct name of it, but, like, the spears and such that they're using.
Mhm.
You hit, like, the design of even some of, like, the the coloring and like the I don't mosaic isn't the right thing, but the tiling I just saw in another scene, like
Mhm.
there's obviously a lot of strong influences, and I love that.
Mhm.
That's really cool, and I think it'll be kind of like South of Midnight was a beautiful representation.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I agree.
Well, everybody, before we go to break, we want to actually take a moment where we're going to be silent because it's been a busy year and there's been a lot happening, but there's also been a lot of sad. And we have lost a lot of amazing people in the gaming industry. And we do have a little video put together to like give like just to showcase and be in memory of those who we have lost this year. And we want to take this moment though before we show you anything more and dive into the last segment of our show, because a lot of them were a part of a lot, potentially part of these games that we have showcased already. We're going to take a moment of silence to remember those we've lost from the gaming industry so far. So for now, we're going to mute and play this video for you all. And with that, everybody, we will actually return shortly after this momentary break. Bundle up because our winter sale is going on now. From cozy holiday sweaters to festive t-shirts, ornaments, and more. Everything you love is now up to 30% off for a limited time. That's our biggest sale yet. Whether you're treating yourself or grabbing the perfect holiday gift, now is the time to stock up. Don't wait, these deals melt fast. Click the link in our bio, fill your cart, and stay cozy with our 2025 winter sale.
This game will get you in the holiday spirit. This is your first look at Light Up the Town, a cozy, casual holiday game for gamers of all ages. You play as Bean, a young ferret, as you explore the town of Bellflower, Colorado. You'll string up festive lights around the town to spread holiday cheer. Let's talk about the gameplay now. It's quite easy to figure out. Just point, click, and throw up a string of lights, snowmen, candy canes, gifts, and even ornaments wherever your heart desires. You can see I have gotten a little out of hand in my decorating, but it turns out that anything you throw sticks to any surface, so the sky's the limit, you could say. Now to the art design. This has such a cute charm to it with the way the houses look and the ferret's design. It reminds me of a children's book with the animation, and the way the lights look at night with the glow is beautiful. As soon as you throw up one string of light, the area lights up with holiday cheer. But the real star is the soundtrack of the game. Just check out this scene from the start of the game.
I don't know, maybe you should do it this year.
But I don't wanna.
Come on, it's important. The people love them.
They're just lights.
Okay, just do one.
And that's not all. As you play the game, you'll be immersed in the holiday cheer. Just take a listen. Overall, the demo was a good introduction to the game, but I wish it was longer. Being stuck just at your house was kind of a letdown, but I'm excited when this game releases. It will make a fun game to play to get you in the holiday spirit. Light Up the Town doesn't have a release date just yet, but I'll be keeping my eye on this one. Until then, this is your first look at Light Up the Town, the demo.
All right, everybody, that is your look at Light Up the Town, which is so cute. I always say that there is like games missing that are very holiday-esque, that are like not just like a special event for the holidays. Like we need some holiday games out there. And this is released literally 7 days ago. It's only $15 on Steam. I'm probably gonna pick this one up and maybe do a cute holiday like solo stream around, closer to Christmas. 'Cause why not?
Yeah, I'm just laughing though because when I was playing the game, I was like, let's see what happens if I throw this
Everything?
present at the wall and see what see if it sticks, right? And literally, like I just started throwing and I was like, oh, this is interesting. Wop, 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 wop.
I love that.
Yeah, I just thought like the game itself like cracked me up like for that reason. But I will say I don't normally get too emotionally like attached to games. Like I do get like somewhat emotion if it's a franchise that I've been following for a long, long time. I know, Morgan, you're so I know.
I do.
I know you do. I know. But I don't get super emotionally attached to games, right? Unless it's like I said, a franchise that I've been following for a very long time that it's like, near and dear to my heart.
Mhm.
But when you play this game, the cinematics that they did for it were just so emotional, like pull on your heartstrings. I was so silent during all of my stream. Like I don't normally cry, but like I was getting kind of like emotional
Ooh.
during it. Like it was so cute. Like this poor there and the funny thing was like people were coming in and they're like, are they bears? Are they ferrets? Are they otters? Like what are they? And
I could
they're
tell
just
that
little
was like a little
ferrets.
hard to tell.
Yeah, it is a little hard to tell, but they're ferrets. And the fact that his dad is like, I can't do it this year. I hurt my leg, and I'm like, oh, he can't do it. I will say though, the sad part was, I know it's out now, thankfully, but like the sad part was you were so confined just to like the front of the house
Oh, during the demo?
that I couldn't get during the demo, and then
Okay.
like you could only go down the well. So there wasn't a lot of different places you could go. But I do love the fact that they do put in like holiday music and everything is in there. So you do get to hear like actual Christmas music as you're playing it, which is
Is
pretty
it
fun.
like Christmas music like that we know and we've heard a lot of, or is it like just Christmas themed music?
Oh no, it's like We Three Kings, Jingle Bells, like
So we
without the voice.
okay.
I didn't notice anything
Okay.
when I played
Nice.
it.
Nice.
I think those are safe. I think those are technically safe
Okay.
because
Okay.
they are songs that have been around for
Long
a
enough.
long time.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, because when I looked at everything, I didn't have any dings, no copyrights. I was okay, and we're not.
Good.
So
Good.
yeah, I know,
Okay.
Owen.
It's that time.
Don't
He's like,
worry.
mother. And he's like, you're near the end of the show. It's time for my lovin's.
I know. We're
All
close.
right. Yes,
We're
but with
close.
that, obviously, we're nearing the end of our show, but it's not over yet because, well, the Steam Sports Fest just happened. And we got
It's still
some.
underway.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. It's still going until tomorrow, right?
Yeah,
Right?
it goes until Monday.
Yeah,
Yeah.
till Monday. So it'll be over tomorrow at 10 a.m. Pacific time. But we chose some games for y'all. So let's dive into the Steam Sports Fest that's underway right now. So we both chose two
Ooh.
games to show y'all. And my
Because there was
first
a lot of stuff going on.
yes. But the first game I want to show y'all is, whether you call it football or soccer, my first pick for you is none other than Rematch, made by Slow Clap. It's a football, but with an arcade twist. You'll control a player on your team and compete in fast-paced, action-packed 5 versus 5 matches from a third-person view similar to Rocket League. So grab your team and make your way out to the field to prove you're the best competitive football team. Rematch is already available and is even on Game Pass. It was also nominated for sports and racing for the Game Awards because of when
Oh,
it was
nice.
released. Yeah, I've watched a streamer I really like play this a lot, and it looks like a fun time. But
Yeah.
perhaps y'all might want something a little more silly. Well, check out Oh Dear by Cozy Cabin
Oh
Studios.
dear.
So up to
Oh
5
dear.
players, 1 hunter, or 4 friends disguised as deer. So this is a hilarious game of hide and seek where the hunter looks for the hiding deer amongst, real deer. And with funny movement mechanics such as pooping and flying through the sky, or even a chance to hunt the hunter, you will blend in with the herd. Sorry, will you blend in with the herd or stand out? Oh Dear is already available on Steam and is currently on sale. So, yeah. Sorry for that struggle of reading. Owen is literally blocking my script with his head. But with that being said, KP, what Sport Fest games did you choose for us?
All right, so my first one will have you tee off with your friends in Golf with Friends 2.
Cute.
In this game, 12 players can hit the links with wild new course mechanics, a revamped level editor, and non-stop fun. And if you want to create chaos as well, you'll be able to design, build, and play like never before in this brand new level editor. There is no release date just yet for this one, but we all love a good Golf with Friends. I
Sure
know
do.
everybody does. Sure do.
Ready to
All
see me
right,
get
and my last one,
competitive?
or maybe, well,
Like, ready to see me get competitive? Because I really do with Golf with
oh,
Friends.
I know you do. This is why I don't play golf with friends with you.
Lame.
I play
Lame.
golf with friends minus Morgan.
Rude.
That's literally the name of the title. Golf with friends
Rude.
minus Morgan. All right, this next one though, maybe you want to experience what it truly feels like to be a manager of an esports team. In MOBA Esports Manager 25, you'll create unique ban or pick strategies, manage backroom atmosphere, and build your dream team with a calculated scouting process. Now, there's no release date on this either, but I just thought this was interesting, a different take on a sports. And
That's fair.
it's kind of funny because maybe we'll get a leg up next time, Morgan, on our esports teams to choose.
Yeah.
But there are a
Maybe.
lot more games that are out there from the Sports Fest. We didn't have a lot of time to go through them all due to all the awards and everything else that was going on, but check them out. Head over to Steam and you'll see a list of a bunch of games that are out there. Some that are that have demos, some that are upcoming releases, and some that are on sale right now. So, bye, Owen. Okay, bye.
He was trying to pull out my face, and I have chapstick on. I'm like, no, your fur will get stuck to my lips.
Oh, jeez.
Well, everybody, that does bring us to the end of our show. But for our next show, we are super excited because none other than Nam Zombie is going to be joining us as we have another edition of our Inside the Streamer Studio, which is where we interview fellow streamers. So it's going to be really
Yeah.
fun. We're going to be diving in, we're going to be playing games together, and we're going to be asking them questions and doing a proper interview. So it's going to be a good time.
Yeah,
We
and
hope you can join us.
he is up for 2 nominations
Yes.
as a streamer, which is exciting. So we're gonna pick his brain and find out how we can get how do we become nominated?
Right. But no, it's going to be a super exciting time. We're going to talk to him about the nominations that he currently is nominated for and, just learn all about Nam Zombie.
Yeah. He's a good one.
Good egg.
Yes, he's a good egg. He comes into my personal streams all the time and tells me that I was his first person that he followed. So he's near and dear
Cute.
to my heart.
Cute. All right. Well, guys, before we go, don't forget to check us out across all of our social medias. We're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Blue Sky, LinkedIn, TikTok, and Threads. And also, if you want to head over to that merch store, we have our winter sale going on right now, which is not just for our holiday merch, which I'm wearing our holiday sweater, but it is also for our entire store. That means Techyries, the Wannabes podcast, French Kitty, the True Tash. It's for all of us. And, go use Winter 30 to treat yourself to something cozy, something nice, repping some of your favorite streamers.
Yeah. I will say, speaking of sales, starting on Thursday, the 18th, is the Steam winter sale. We will not be talking about that in our next show, but make sure you check it out. We might even just do like some graphics on social media just to kind of talk about
Maybe a
some of the
web
stuff.
article. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, maybe a web article. We'll see.
Yeah.
No, but definitely check it out. I'm really excited to see what goes on sale. It's the biggest one of the year where a lot of things are heavily discounted. So get your hands on some of those favorite games of yours that you've been eyeing all year long, but you're like,
Heck
I
yeah,
can't
heck
afford you
yeah.
yet. So we'll be excited for that. And as always, if you are loving what we are doing because we are amazing and having a great time, please show us the love. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell random people on the street to come and check us out and hang out with us. It'll be fine. They'll understand. Even if they
Yes.
don't have a phone, it's fine. They'll find a way. But hit the heart button over on Twitch to help us grow. We are at 91 and continuing to grow, and we are looking forward to the next year where we're going to see more growth. And we have 2 more people added to our team, so we're excited there. And over on YouTube, don't forget to hit the like button, the subscribe button, and what, Morgan?
Ding dong that bell.
That's right, because you will get notified when we add any kind of content to our stuff, to our channel, when we go live. And who knows what else we'll be doing? Maybe we'll start posting stuff on there too. Who knows? We haven't decided yet. But until then, we're excited for Nam joining us next week. We're going to be playing RV There Yet? Anybody who knows that game knows that it's going to be one funny game.
Yeah. I have watched
Morgan,
a
I
little
hope
bit
you're
of
okay
people
with
playing
things
it.
just falling apart.
I'm not, but I do know that happens in the game, so I'm okay. Kinda.
Sort of. I did play it with shirtless Dan, and I did yell at him at one point during the game and got mad at him.
I
Not
mean,
not in a bad way, in a funny way.
it
In a
is
funny way.
shirtless and he breaks everything, so I get it.
Yeah, he broke the forest. Let's just say that.
Oh,
If we make it that far, you'll understand. If we don't, I'll explain it to you after we play the
perfect.
game. How about
Sounds
that?
great.
Okay.
Love it.
Okay, cool. So until then, guys, have a great rest of your weekend. We will see you next weekend. And then also, just want to let you know, reminder, we are off until the next year. So we will be back next year after that. So until then, have a great rest of your day and see you then. Keep processing.
Bye.